Welcome to the State of Her with Keisha, the headquarters for real conversations and real growth. If you're evolving in real time, you're in the right place. Before we talk about anything, we always check in. So take a breath with me real quick. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's get into it. Now ask yourself quietly, who am I becoming right now? This isn't about who you used to be, and it's not about who you're trying to prove yourself to. This is about the shift happening inside of you. So I've been thinking about this lately, and I realized that I don't react the same, I don't argue the same, and I don't tolerate the same shit anymore. Sometimes this growth thing doesn't feel exciting to me. It doesn't. It mostly feels unfamiliar, but I'm coping with it. Have you ever looked at yourself and thought, I'm not who I used to be? Maybe because I'm getting older and see things differently. And it's not dramatic that you are asking yourself this. When you see the change in you, you becoming softer in some areas, stronger in others, and way more selective with things, which is a great thing. So, yes, this is you actually evolving. Okay? So, out the blue, I started to ask myself, why am I over explaining anything to anyone? If I have to go beyond measures to give a maximum explanation, then that conversation should be out the window. No more explaining. Shit's stressful already. I used to over explain myself to people, my spouse, my clients, friends, family. They just popped in my head. My sisters, Charlene, Vinci, and Tamisha. Ain't too much talking with them. But why am I giving humans the gratification of going beyond? Because when I look at it, ain't nobody over explaining shit to me. I figure shit out. So now I say less. Catch me now, hands down, I choose peace over anything, any day. I told you all, I used to respond on a drop of a dime, 0 to 100 in zero point 0.2 seconds. There's no way you can out-argue me or out-yell me. That's not happening. I'm a competitive woman, and even arguing, I have to win. It's just what it is. Not because I'm a woman, because I'm competitive. That's it. But guess what? Now I observe. I sit back. I admire all the fuckery going on with my associates, friends, family. I have known to let people dig their own grave. I have family members that have sticky fingers. The shovel is always in my hand. Okay? The shovel is always in my hand. That's all I'm saying. I'm not confused about anything I am doing and feeling right now. I know I'm on a right path, and I can't wait to encounter those stops on the way down the path I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally just evolving in my space, and I'm loving it, ladies. I'm so loving it. The space I am in is needed, and I don't want anyone to tamper with it. No one. I have been doing great within myself and choose not to deal with humans if I feel my space is being tampered with. I want you all to stay focused on the path you're on, ladies. Nothing is more fulfilling than your happiness and peace. Guess what? Nobody talks about growth. Growth feels lonely sometimes. Have you realized there's no one around you when you are growing? You're on the journey by yourself because you need clarity and no distractions. And this is because when you elevate emotionally, you can't engage the same way. You see red flags quicker. You feel energy differently. you don't laugh at the same chaos like you used to. Like, for instance, I used to watch those reality shows, the Love and Hip Hops, the Real Housewives, and all those other states and cities that they be in. I loved those shows. I thought they were humorous. I was watching grown ass women argue, fight, disrespect one another. So once I got into the first episodes, after a while, I was like, you know what? Let me watch to see what not to do. Because this is crazy. That was many moons ago, ladies, okay? I can't even tell you the last time I watched a reality show. If it's not educational or have to do with like financing or something like that. I've evolved. Those things don't interest me anymore. So yes, that's evolving, that's growth. And people will say, you changed, Keisha. What? Excuse me? Huh? Come again? And they'll say it like it's an insult. Like, don't you want me to do better? You know where I came from. You know that was worse. So don't you want me to do better? Growth requires change, don't it? Becoming her requires leaving who you were. Some of us need to leave our old self behind because it's damaging to us. Like, maybe you don't argue as much like you used to. Maybe you don't entertain potential like you used to. And maybe you don't beg for clarity anymore. That's okay. That's not cold. That's clarity. That's evolving. That is growth. But this is the part nobody posts about. When you're becoming a new version of yourself, you start outgrowing people. Please let me reiterate, it's okay to outgrow a human being. It's okay. You're growing. You're evolving. It's okay, ladies. It doesn't mean you're bad. It just means you're in a different state. Me, myself, and I crave my peace more than excitement. I crave consistency more than intensity. And that shift that's happening when you're in a state of her, it can feel isolating. But hear me when I say this, ladies. You're not losing people, friends, family. You're aligning who you are becoming because you are becoming a better you. It's no more arguing. It's just observing. Let that sit. I used to think strength meant speaking up every time. I'm strong because I'm telling you how I feel. Yeah, right. Because right now, I know strength sometimes means staying quiet and watching those patterns. As you can learn a lot from patterns, right? So ladies, what does strength look like to you? Strength to me looks like getting back up when life tries to knock you down. It's keeping your faith, it's keeping your peace, and not letting situations or people harden your heart. It's choosing growth over bitterness and continuing to move forward with your purpose. I remember I used to chase clarity. Now I let behavior clarify everything for me. And that shift, you know that shift you're feeling. When you stop engaging the same way, people notice these things. They notice when you don't react the same, when you don't argue the same, when you don't tolerate the same shit. And just to let you all know that sometimes the hardest part of growth isn't changing, ladies. You know what the hardest part is? The hardest part is realizing you can't go back to who you were under any circumstances, even if it will make other people comfortable. It's not your job to make them comfortable. It's your job to make you comfortable. At the end result is you being in a better state and to love yourself first. So that's when I knew that I'm not becoming colder. I'm actually becoming wiser. And wisdom is not always loud. It can be quiet sometimes, you know? You don't have to have wisdom written on your forehead. Becoming her doesn't mean you're hard. It means you're intentional. Don't let anyone break you. No one. Yeah, I feel a little softer now because I understand myself more, understanding situations more, and not quick to engage in certain things. I think I'm in that stage of learning to just let it be. Just let it be, Keisha. But in your state of mind, ladies, do you feel stronger because you've survived yourself? Do you feel selective because you've learned your patterns and you learned what triggered you and how to master those triggers? So if you're becoming a woman who don't overextend, don't beg, don't chase, don't ignore intuition, don't shrink, that's you growing, evolving, ladies. Embrace it. And you already know how growth will cost you comfort. Let's get into visualizing your future self. I want you to picture her. You. The version of you 6 months from now to a year from now. How would you handle conflict? How would you no longer tolerate things? How would you protect your peace? How would you prioritize your evolving and your growth? Sit with this. It's a lot. Maybe journal it so you can look back 6 months from now to see how you have changed with conflicts, tolerance, your peace, prioritizing. Remember, you're not perfect. No one in this world that you see right now is, as you know. So be aware of the woman you're becoming right now. You're building her better than ever. Take it in stride. Let no one stop the ride you are on. Before we close, it's time for a word for her. Today's word is evolution. Evolution isn't loud. It's not always glamorous. Sometimes evolution looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like walking away. Sometimes it looks like not responding to anything or anyone. Because the truth is, when you stop over-explaining, stop overextending, stop reacting to things, stop tolerating chaos, so to speak, some people really do miss that old version of you. That old version was easier to manage, hands down. They already had you all figured out. But evolution always looks like growth. Once you get those negative notions from others, you know you're on the right path. And congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. Ask yourself again, who am I becoming right now? Journal about it and let me know how far you've come. DM me or send me an email. Just let me know. Ladies, thanks for listening to me on The State of Her. If this episode spoke to you, make sure you follow, subscribe, and share it with another woman who needs it. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Follow us on Instagram at The State of Her HQ. This is The State of Her headquarters with Keisha.